Margaret Flowers and Kevin Zees. They're the co-directors of Popular Resistance, and they also are members of the Embassy Protection Collective, two people that I have so much admiration for, and they were so awesome to be with inside the embassy. They're super true leaders. Can't wait to hear what they have to say.
Thank you, Anya. It was amazing to be in the embassy with you and with all of the embassy protectors. It created what we called an unintentional community, but it was an amazing community of people who came there because we care about the rule of law. We didn't want to see the United States violating the rule of law, violating the Vienna Convention, violating the United Nations Charter by conducting regime change in Venezuela. And so everybody worked together really well to try to hold that space for as long as we could to keep the illegitimate opposition leader Juan Guaido and his people from usurping that and taking it over. So we're very excited and honored that we were able to do that. But this is a bigger problem because the United States is violating international law pretty much every day. And we're dropping out of treaties, we're violating treaties, and it's time for this to stop. It's time for the U.S. to be held accountable, and every country to be held accountable to international law, because all of these things, the unilateral coercive measures, also called sanctions, are illegal. The threats of military aggression and acts of war are illegal. And so we have a new initiative, the Global Appeal for Peace, to create a popular movement that is worldwide, that says no more war. We can resolve our conflicts through negotiation and diplomacy and respect for law. And I'll let Kevin say a few words.
So thank you all very much for coming. Every day when I wake up and look at what's happening in the news, it becomes the U.S. violations of international law seem to come almost every day. Just this week, 2 Cuban diplomats were directed to leave the country for, it seems like, no reason. It seems like it was for speaking. It's just bizarre. And then you see the foreign minister of Iran, Zarif, sanctioned and limited where he can go. Why? Because he's representing Iran, they said. What? You're punishing for the foreign minister of Iran for representing Iran? It's absurd. And so we have this event tomorrow night, which I hope that you'll all come to. If you haven't signed up for it, you need to. We need RSVPs because there'll be ambassadors and diplomats along with civil society activists speaking at it. And we want to check and see who's going to be there. So please check out peoplesmob.org for this event tomorrow night. It's going to be an important event, especially after this action against Cubans, because diplomats from targeted countries are going to be speaking in the United States, criticizing the United States. Now that seems to be why the Cubans are being told to leave. I'm not sure why they're being told to leave, but that seems to be it. So we really appreciate them coming. We want to be out, make sure people out there to show support. And it's part of building an international network to stand for the rule of law. And one thing we learned at the embassy in Georgetown was the U.S. will violate international law. They invaded that embassy with more than 100 police, many militarized, battering ram on the door, breaking in an invasion of an inviolable space that the U.S. is supposed to protect, not violate. And they violated the international law to come in and illegally arrest us. We were there with the permission of the elected government of Venezuela, the recognized government at the UN, legal under Venezuelan law, and we were forced to be arrested for no real crime. And we're facing federal prosecution.
Let's end with a quick chant. It goes like this. No coup, no war, no sanctions anymore. No coup, no war, no sanctions anymore. No coup, no war, no sanctions anymore. All right, thank you.
Solidarity.